Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. Trying to use what we have. And then we come across things, I don't know if you do, but things I have bought that at one time I used, but now they're just not my taste anymore. So, don't want to throw them away. I do want to be able to use them. So let's take a look at what we actually have here. I mean, there's a whole one there that hasn't been touched. And what these are these are where they have the double-sided sticky foam stuff in between. And while that's all nice and good, that makes it too thick for me to use on a paper, on a page or anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm coming in here and I'm going to take out the foam thingy. Now it doesn't want to, like most things, it does not want to come off like it's supposed to. It comes off in bits and pieces. Now, I'm the one that wants to knock back that edge some, because it's white. So, and that's the sticky side. And then we have the top part here. And there's really nothing on the back there. I'm just going to come around and... Now, I can either put this back on there, which we'll do it with this one. Or I could put something else there. Because, I mean, this would be nice just on its own. So, what can we put here? Let's see, what have we got? Let's look in our... Do we have a round... Those are, but those, I think that's a bit too big. What about... We could put a sticker on there. That's just a round sticker. Or we could put a round label. Oh, what else? We have that would... That's a bit too big, but it would work. We could put a label across it. I don't know if I like that one or if I like that one on there. I think I like that one better. So we're going to stick these back in here. And I put most of my little labels in there so that I could find them. And this, I think, pretty much is... Looks like it was inked at one time, or it's supposed to look like it's inked. Ugh, that's... Evidently must have got tipped over sometime. And I didn't catch it. Okay, now. Put some glue on there. And then put that down. Which I think it probably goes... It'll go whichever way you want it to go, I reckon. So, there's one. And then we have this one. And there's no sticky on the back, but that's okay. We can always glue it when it comes to it. And that's the way, most of these are. That's only one-sided. That's one-sided. So is that one. Here goes another double-sided. But I like the way this one is. So, again, take out the center. These things never want to just come off right. They always want to come off in pieces and strips and all, but that's okay, we got it. Again, we're going to come around with our dauber. Just ink up the edges on that one, and then we're going to come in and ink up the edges on the top too. That way it gives us sort of a line between the two, because to begin with, you really couldn't see where one stopped and the other started. And see, that's going to make it look a bit better. I figure out, make sure I put them on the same way they come off. Okay. And a little bit of glue. And there. So now I've got the same thing that I had before, but there's no bulk. And yeah, you can, it's a little bit easier with the inking around it, you know, to see it. And so I like the way those turned out. Not much sticky left on that one. But, and you can do that with, you know, with all the rest too. But that's one thing, one way we can use what we have. So another one, the next one I came across was these. And what these are stuck right onto the styrofoam. You know, it's the whole thing. And, you know, if that amount doesn't bother you as far as having the thicknesses, then, you know, use it that way. But if it does, a lot of times you can come right behind there. I think I peeled this one a bit too much. That's okay. And again, peel that off. And of course, you will have to use ink, or not ink, but glue. And see, I did rip that one a little bit there. It's okay, it's only paper. We can fix it. A little bit of glue. And we have one there. And we don't have all the thickness. And we can, you know, I can do that with all of these, but sometimes you like the thickness. You know, sometimes you don't. So if I'm going to use, you know, if I want to use one of these that does not have the thickness on it, then I have these that I can pull out and use. You don't have to, you know, use things the way they were. These I liked when I bought them. They're stamps. But you've got the foam piece on the back, and then you've got two other foam pieces in between there. And that's just too much. Too thick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off all this foam. All the foam. There goes that piece. I get it off my fingers. I'm going to come in between here. Take that off. Remove that one. Now, if you wanted to keep just one thickness, that would be fine. You know, I can deal with that much. But then that's going to leave me with a blank stamp, or just as a plain stamp, but it's going to have a, you know, a sticky feel to the top. So we're going to play around with that one. Remember all the stamps we had? You don't have to keep them, you know, just like that. We can find one that would go in the center. I don't know if I like that one on there. Believe me, we've got plenty to choose from. We don't have to just stick to what we find. Oh. Now see, this here were some that I had just cut out from stamps that I collected, and I had copied them onto paper. You know, just run them through my printer and then put them on there. Let's see. What are we going to do here? I was trying to find one that may have a backing that would go, or something that would go good with that. Let's use that one. It was close enough. Oh, what was this one? There's a red one. How would that do? Now, I'm going to use the other one. I kind of like the way it looked. And there's another one. All I did was, I had gotten a bag of stamps that you can find them at Books A Million. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. You would find them in Hobby Lobby where like the coin collections and stuff are. And there's a bag of them. And I took them out, and a lot of them are still on the envelope part where it was torn off. And I did a video a while back on how to get them off the envelope things. Anyway, after I got them off, I put them all on a piece of paper and then run them through the printer. So then I have copies. And that's just what I did with these. I'll come in here. And the reason why they're sticky back right now is because I also put them through my Xyron. So, oh, that is definitely off. Let's see. Well, it's going to be crooked, but oh well. But you see what we can do? We can also make other stamps from the ones we have. Come in here. I can go around the edges on that one. I could come in and do around the edges here. Now, if you didn't want, let's take the other one like this. I'm going to take that part off, stick it down there. Peel these apart. So that's going to give me another base there. Take that one off. Yeah. I want to stick to my fingers. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to take these apart. Because I don't want the bulk. And then ink up the edges here. And then what I can do is come back in and just glue this back down. I will glue. Come back on here. Now this one is just flat. This one here they added a little bit of glitter glue to. And there I've got the same thing. You can see it's off just a little bit. But I don't have the thickness, but I can see the difference, you know, the top part of it. So here's one that I've still got one left. Get rid of these things. They get sticky all over the place. Then I've got the plain one. See here again, I've got the sticky on the top. So I could find one of those, or I wonder, is that, we could do that one. All right, I'm gonna leave that there. And I don't know about you, but I don't like all the puffy stuff. I used to think it was so neat. You know, give you that little bit of dimension, but I'm past that part now. Did I get... Pull that off. Get rid of that one. I've got this here. A little bit of glue. And make sure I've got... Which is the... This is it. Had to figure out which one I had put over. Good thing about wet glue is you got a moment you two can finagle it. So now I've got another one. Press that down good. So we have these. Now, we're not just gonna make them and set them aside and add them to our stash. No, we're gonna mess with them, we're gonna use them. And we have a whole book here to put them in. Like that one. Where's the one that would almost go with what's there. I think that would be where we're going to drop this one at. Get the glue off of it, or the top off the glue. And turn it right side around. I do want it up there. There. I like that one there. We have the bottom part to it. Kind of like it with it going up. Different way. See, the glue didn't actually stick to, or the sticky part didn't stay sticky on this one. Do I want to? I will put it down here right. We'll put it the right way. We have those there. What about, we need something extra here. There's the one. Something tying that side and that side together. And now we have stamps. We have stamps. See, this one, I don't really want to use the one with that on the inside. You know, with the double-sided stuff on the inside. I may redo that one. So, and they just add a little something, something to it. This is, you know, this would be a great place for one of these. Yep, it would. Try it right here. There we go. I know I should have done that one right, but. So now when we pull it up, we can see our stamp on that one. So do we want to add any more? I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. Although I do like, let's see these on here. I've got 2 of these. Yeah, I've got these things. I've had these like forever. So it's time to use them. And I'm not going to use them with the stuff on them. So we'll take the stuff off of them. Just as easy as that. Put that one right there. And then I've got another one. Grab the top off of that one. Then it doesn't want to come off my fingers. And there we have one to go down there. Sometimes it's just a little something we add. So that's, Is this too busy, or do we need something else? I don't know. That may be a tad too busy as it is. But, I mean, look at all the pages we still have to do in this one. But that's a way that we can use some of the things that we have laying around. I mean, this stuff I had bought years ago. So it's just been hanging around. And it needs to be used. You know, it's down to the part to where it's either use it or get rid of it. And I bought it. I paid good money for this. So it's about time that we use what we have. Get it out of our stash into our journals. Well, that's not going to go back in there. And I think that's pretty much had it too. So, but I don't want to. So what do I do with these till I use them? Well, we need to store them someplace. See, that's another thing. Where do you put all the stuff that we have? You know, I had them in little things. I had them in a file at one time. So now I've got this. These I'm going to set aside because I can put those. So what I've got is, I've got a little thing here that has stuff in it that I need to use. Because see, one time I would get the stickers I wanted. I would trim off one end, put it on a piece of cardstock, and it would go in a file. And I had, you know, a lot of different ones, which was how these were. But since we're not doing that anymore, I can set those in here. This is the thing, a container of things that I've come across that I've got to use. I've either got to use them or get rid of them. Like, see, I have stickers here. These are actually wood stickers. And I forgot where I got them from. It says chipboard, but they look like wood. Oh, they're Prima stickers. But it looks like wood. But it says chipboard. Embellishments, butterfly borders. Yep, these are wood. It says so on the back. These here, excuse me just a moment. These here I know came from Dollar Tree. But see, I've got all this stuff in here. I've got to use it. Because if I don't use it, then it's all a waste. So, and this is one of the ways we can use what we have. Make sure we get it out and put it where, you know, put it where we can see it. Since these are stamps, that's words, I can now put these in with the other stamps. And then we have that one that I thought I had one. Yep, I got one right here that are all word stamps or word stickers, words in general. And they can go in there with the words. Oh. So, those are done. Another way we can use what we've got. And we're back to a clean desk. So, if you've enjoyed what I've shared with you on how to reuse some of the stuff that we have bought, that we've got hanging around, that we either have to use or because if we throw it away, we're wasting money. So if you've enjoyed what I've shared with you, please give me a thumbs up. If you are a subscriber, thank you. If you are not, please consider subscribing to my channel. I try my best to have videos out on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Used to have different days that were specific for journals, but now it's just whatever comes across the desk. So until next time, bye guys.